What is up, folks, and welcome back to another video. And it may seem like we are in normal Minecraft, just a normal Minecraft world, but without realizing, you probably didn't notice that we are in the Minecraft 1.17 snapshot, the first of many, which dubbed the name Caves and Cliffs Update. Yes, sir, we are in the Minecraft snapshot right now. And there's a couple things I wanted to try. I had a couple video ideas for the day, and then I was like, you know what? I have an idea. And we're going to be taking a look at a couple of things that Minecraft has added in this latest snapshot, which I think sound really cool. So just as a proof, if you type in copper here, that's going to be our big one for today. We're going to be taking a look at copper, and they added some candles as well. Look at this stuff. This is heckin' cool. Look at that. You can place candles and you can light them. Look at that. Freaking fantastic. Okay, so I have laid out all the stuff they added in this snapshot and a little bit of a display behind me here. What we're going to do is we're going to start over here with copper. That seems to be kind of the main focus of this snapshot, but we're not going to leave candles out. We'll get to them here in a second. So starting off, we have normal copper ore. So this is just what you're going to find underground when you go and cave in those new caves. This is going to be what it looks like. It looks pretty cool, I guess. It's kind of a different shape. I know a lot of the ores kind of have that same texture to them, but it looks like copper kind of changes it up a little bit. And then getting into the crafted copper here. So this is the normal copper that you will craft once you get copper ore. Pretty much, so this is normal copper. This is what you get out of the table, but as you place it down and that boy sits out in the weather a little bit, you get kind of a lightly weathered copper, semi-weathered copper, and then fully oxidized copper there. So completely changes color, which I think is pretty cool. It's a really cool way for Mojang to kind of show off what oxidation is. Coming over here, got a slightly different texture of the same thing. Got cut copper. So this is neat because I could see myself using this on a roof. But a little bit of a spoiler alert, we're going to be doing a little bit of building with this stuff today, just to give you a little bit of an example, because obviously we do quite a bit of building on this channel, so I have to show it off. Moving over, this one had me thrown off a little bit. I didn't do too much research. I did a little bit of research prior to this, but I didn't see much on this, and this is waxed copper, hence the question mark on the end there. I can only assume that this is a type of copper that will possibly slow down or halt the oxidation process. So maybe if you really like this style, you can keep it at that instead of the weather kind of hitting at it and stuff like that. I'm not 100% sure. I didn't run those tests, but I'm assuming that's what that is. It does share a similar but not exactly the same texture. I think this texture is just a little bit different than what's over there. But I mean, at least on that one, I think the other two are actually just about the same. Then coming over, we got your stair variants of the cut copper. There actually is no normal copper stair variants in that sense, and there is also slab variants as well. So if we pull some of those out here, as you would expect, as you can see, got some slab variants with there. So pretty cool block, honestly. I could see myself using it a little bit. The texture's a little bit out there, I think, but it's very vibrant, very contrasty to a lot of stuff. It's just super bright. It has kind of that prismarine color at the top, but then the bottom, it's its own color. I don't think we've had too many colors like this in Minecraft, so I could see some cool builds kind of spawning out of it. We'll see what we can do for sure. Next, jumping over to candles. All right, this I think is cool. So for a while, we were using sea cucumbers kind of as a makeshift candle form, and they're pretty much doing the same thing here. This is practically the same concept, except now you actually have candles that you can light. So these are mostly all the colors. I think I left out red. Yep, yeah, I think I left out red. Whoops, just pop that right there. All right, I left out red, but for the most part, these are all of the colors. So I think it's pretty cool that you have every color variant, so you get so many options, and these are all lightable. And what's also nice about this is if you place one, you get one. You place two, you get two. 3, 4. They go up to 4, and you could just light them all at once. That's pretty sweet. And if we want to take a look, /time set night, they do emit off different amounts of light depending on how many you have there. So, oh, I don't want to burn stuff down. So that is one candle lit. And as you can see here, this is not very bright. So if you go over again, place 2, we'll break that one. Oh, and light it up. Okay, so now you get a little bit of glow going on there. Very light glow, very slight, a little bit of ambient light. But let's do 3, and we put that in there. Little bit more noticeable, lights up just a bit more. This allows you to get some different lighting environments in different builds you're doing, so pretty sweet. Now for full blast, light all 4, and I think that's close to about what a lantern does in terms of light. A lantern might be a little bit more bright. Yeah, lantern's definitely a little bit more bright. So, but this is your brightest level of candle here, which I think is pretty cool. It's so cool that Mojang allows you to do that. This is a really neat idea. And then the last thing I want to go over with the candles is that they don't actually follow any form of gravity. So I was playing with this a little bit thinking, okay, so if you break a block underneath the candle, is the candle going to pop and go away? And that's normally what decides whether you can do some neat things with the candles. So I was thinking, okay, so if I place a fence and I place a candle, what's it going to do? My first thought was, okay, it's probably not even going to let me put it on a fence, but, you know, with the way Mojang has kind of changed, like, stuff with slabs and torches and lanterns and stuff like that, then it's possibly possible. And lo and behold, bam, you can place candles on fences. Same goes for walls. You want to place a candle there? Pretty sweet. So to prove the fact that they really don't follow any kind of geometrical gravity or anything, you can place all 4 candles on a wall. It looks actually pretty cool. It looks a little awkward on the fence pole a little bit, but hey, it kind of works. You can light those and everything. And then going even further with it, if you say you break the fence or the wall below it, them things will float. They don't pop. They will literally, so they're not like torches in the sense where if you place a torch down here, let's do this. So you place a torch on top of a wall, break the wall, torch pops. These guys will stay. This may not be really crucial information to you. This is probably not very useful, but it's kind of neat that they could do that, and I'm hoping Mojang does that with more of the blocks. But since I've kind of gone over some of this stuff a little bit, what I want to do now is I want to use copper in a bit of a build. I want to do an actual small house here utilizing some of the different kinds of copper and see kind of what it looks like. Get a little bit of a feel, because as I've shown you before, we do a lot of building on this channel, and it would only be right that I show you guys pretty much what this copper is all made for. So let's get into it. Alright guys, so it looks like we did it. We made a house in Minecraft 1.17 using the Cave and Cliffs update. We are using copper. Look at this. It actually looks pretty good. So I decided to build this whole little house. I used a couple little elements here, like the candles on the outside. I mean, you'd probably put lanterns on the outside most of the time, but you know, back in the old days, they didn't have things like lanterns. You put candles and stuff. You had people walk around and they'd light the candles. And I may use something like this on Half Sun, honestly, these candles. But I don't know if we're going to be using the snapshots anytime soon. So, but we'll see. We'll see. And then I used copper for the roof here. So I used a mix of the normal copper. I didn't use any fully oxidized copper because I really don't know. I mean, I did use a little right here. There's a little bit of a pinch right there, but that's about it. I think this as a combination looks fantastic, especially, I mean, I didn't even do this roof to its full extent. I kind of went light and easy on the roof for this, just to give you the full stretch of the copper look, but it looks pretty good. This is this obviously is the cut copper because they don't have stair variants of the other normal copper, and this does look pretty good. I actually really like the way this looks, and I will probably use it in builds once the update comes, so we'll have to see. And then coming around here, I did throw a little bit of the fully oxidized copper on the side here, just like, you know, I gave the house a bit of a weathered look just to give you the full extent of everything, and I wanted to find some place to use it, so I just put a little pile of it here. But you may think that is all that that we use, so just the new copper, just this, but voila! Tinted glass has entered the game. Look at this. I ran across this while looking for glass in my inventory, and I don't know how I feel about it yet. I decided to use it because it's new, and I decided to show it off, but if you come in here, it seems to be just one type of block. It's just tinted glass, and one thing I am noticing, I didn't notice from the outside as much, but when I come inside here, this seems a lot darker, even with windows, than it normally would be. It seems like this is blocking out a lot of light input, but just to test it, I want to get some normal glass here. Let's just use completely plain Jane glass. You can see all that light coming in, and that's, you see that? See all of that light coming in now? This is blocking off the light input from the outside. So I guess if you wanted a really dim lit room, or if you just, you know, maybe you're using a bunch of light sources and you're surrounding it in glass, but you don't want the light to get out, I guess you're going to be using tinted glass. Pretty cool block. I don't know if I'm totally sold on it yet. There is no glass pane version of it yet. So when that comes, I'll think about using it, because I actually do love using the black stained glass. So that could replace it, even though, like I said, it blocks out light. So I don't know if that's something I want yet. But this house turned out pretty good, and I really do love the look of copper, so hopefully this is kind of your first time seeing a kind of fully established Minecraft build using copper, and maybe it'll give you a little bit of inspiration. So I think we're going to call it for this episode, our first little look of the Cave and Cliffs update, aka Minecraft 1.17. If you guys did enjoy, be sure to like, subscribe, comment, do all of those wonderful things. And I will see you guys in the next one.